to your first week of your professional career. This is the start of the Making Cities module, the interdisciplinary module of all undergraduates at the Bartlett, where you learn all together and from each other about the disciplines you choose to specialize on, whether that's architecture, planning, or construction and project management. You've already all met me last week at the faculty induction. My name is Elisabete, for those of you who don't remember. And amongst the many things I do, one of the most challenging, but also one of that I enjoy the most, is being coordinator of this module. What makes the Making Cities module is the commitment and expertise of its 8 tutors in the course. I will introduce them all later. But most importantly, it is a commitment and the effort of all of you. There are some sheets of paper passing up and down the rows that have the lists of all students and who are their assigned tutors. Do check with your tutor and which tutor will have to go after this lecture. I will be very brief in my introductions before I pass on to our guest lecturers today. But I'll quickly go over the aims of this module and how it works. The weekly program and who are the tutors and where are your tutorial rooms. And I will then give the floor to John Leatherland from Carroll's and David Wasser from the RIBA, who will kickstart the lecture series of this module. So this course aims to foster your critical reflection about institutional and professional relationships in the design, production, management and the regulation of the built environment. This course also aims to explore how the different users and the needs impact on the making of sustainable buildings, neighborhoods and cities. And you will do so through developing skills in observation, in research, conceptualization, and in oral and written presentation and group discussion at the start of your university life. So there will be 2 projects throughout this term. Each of them is worth 50% of your overall mark. The first one is in London and about London, and the second is about your field trip city, Barcelona, where we will go in the first week of term 2. In both projects, your individual contribution is very important for the success of the collective and collaborative effort. In the London project, each tutorial group will work in a different area of the campus. You will work in small teams of 4 or 5 people, each group to stay in their own discipline. This means that architects work together with architects, the planners with the planners, and the construction project managers with their own as well. We will meet every Monday from 2 to 5. Usually there is a lecture, like today, and we meet all together, before you break up in your tutorial groups and you go to your tutorial rooms. Today the lecture will last until 4 o'clock, and then you'll have an hour with your tutor, but sometimes they are shorter, and that's why I've put extras in there. So sometimes the lecture finishes at 3, sometimes at 3:30, sometimes at 4. Nevertheless, you are to be engaged with this module for the whole afternoon of your Monday. Your tutors will give you full details in the tutorial this afternoon about the project 1 in London. But you can also refer to the course outline and the briefs and every course material in the Moodle page. The presentations will also be in the Moodle page following the lectures. Always check the Moodle page to confirm where is the lecture theatre, because we'll be moving lecture theatre almost every week. So this is a rough location where are the 8 areas where all of you are going to work, and the names of your tutors just for an indication. And next week, we will all go on a moving field trip on a boat throughout the whole afternoon. So we'll need to start a bit earlier at 1:30, and you need to be promptly at 1:30 at Westminster Pier. There will be maps in the Moodle page and in your briefs, so you can refer to that. The lectures that accompany this project 1 in London start today with the urban dimension. And there is also a set of lectures to tell you a bit more about the role and responsibilities of each of your professions. So today we will also have the start of that with introduction to the role and responsibilities of the architect. In 2 weeks' time we'll have the planners and the construction and project managers. And then in 3 weeks' time we'll have 2 London case studies, the More London, where the GLA sits, the Greater London Authority, and the London Eye that I'm sure all of you know. For project 1, you'll have an interim on the 28th of October, and you hand in the output of your project on the 18th of November. Sometimes there are no lectures, so you develop your work in your tutorial rooms with your tutors the whole afternoon, and that will help you build up to the presentation and to the handing. Project 2, we'll talk about this in more detail, obviously in a few weeks, but just to give you some details. It starts straight after you hand in your project on the 18th of November, and there's going to be a lecture on the introduction of the city of Barcelona, and also a case study example in that city on the 25th, not of December, sorry, that should be November, following that. You also have a week break with no lecture, no seminar on the 2nd of December, and you present the work that you produced so far on your area in Barcelona in the last Monday of the term before we break up for the Christmas break. So we all then go to Barcelona. We all go roughly for a week with our different schools, but we'll all be together there between the 15th and the 19th of January 2014. So that's from Thursday to Sunday. And you requested to have daily meetings with your tutor on Thursday, Friday and Saturday mornings, and then you spend the rest of the day in your daily investigations in your assignment while you're there. So let me introduce your tutors. We'll have Keith Alsop. Can you stand up so they can see you? And Sarah Earle. And Keith and Sarah, I forgot to say that the tutors will always be two of them together in the same room. So you have at least two expertise of disciplines in each of the rooms. So they'll introduce themselves to yourselves later on in the tutorial. But Keith and Sarah will always stay in the lecture theatre after each lecture. Okay? And whenever it's a full afternoon tutorial, you'll go to the Pearson G22, the northeast entrance. The Pearson G22 is the building in the main entrance of UCL. Yeah? So that's the one when you're entering on your left. Then we have Graham Bailey with Graciela Moreno. And all of you who are with Graham and Graciela, your tutorial rooms is always in Wade's house, in the 5th floor in room 517. Then we have Bill Hodgson, standing there, and Catalina. And Catalina and Bill will also have their tutorial room always in Wade's house in the ground floor in G04, which is just to the back and right of the Porter Dome. And finally, we have Elena Besusi and David Rosenberg. And those of you with Elena and David will go to the Benson B11 Seminar Room 4. The easiest way is after the lecture, you all gather up at the entrance and you all walk together. Okay, I'm your module coordinator. And I'm located in Wade's house in room 431, which is on the 4th floor, just to the back of the lifts. This module has changed quite dramatically in the last 10 years. It is the oldest antegraduate module at the Bartlett. It's been here for more than 30 years. But throughout those 30 years, it has been changing. And that's one of the things that we deal with in the built environment. We deal with change, we deal with risk, we deal with uncertainty, and we embrace that. So we've changed the name of the module this year as well. It used to be called the Production of the Built Environment only, and now it's called Making Cities, the Production of the Built Environment. Because that's what it's all about, really. It's about making cities, and how each of us contributes in that little bit of making. But 3 people who have been heavily engaged with the module at different times and all together at the same time, Michael Edwards, Ben Hampkin and Sonia Arbaci, have wrote an article about this module, which is called Exploring Roles and Relationships in the Production of the Built Environment. You can download it from the Moodle page and have a read. It's interesting to see how the module has evolved. So I will now give the floor to John Leatherland. Sir Terry Farrell deeply apologizes for not being here today. Some of you may know that he is the design advisor to the Mayor of London and he's been called last minute to a senior meeting about the design review. But John is a senior partner at Farrell's with the Urban Design Group. He's been there for almost all of his life. He is the right-hand man of Sir Terry, and I'm sure that he will deliver the lecture beautifully. So, can we have